Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the NECA Aliens vs Predator Serpent Hunter Predator figure, which I have to say, when I first saw this, I was like, I don't know. I actually made that noise before I said I don't know. I'm like, it's a Predator with an alien helmet on. I don't know if I like the helmet that looks like the Xenomorph head. I have to say now, it might be my favorite Predator ever. This is such a cool figure. If you're a Predator fan, this is one you definitely need to pick up. But don't leave now just because I said that. Why don't we go through the video? So let's get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 22.5 centimeters to the top, this little fin part of his helmet, which means he's definitely got some size to him in that he's about 8 3/4 inches tall. So definitely quite bulky, quite big. And he's got some new stuff. I know a lot of people say, oh, all the Predators are the same figure, why spend the money on them? Well, first of all, mostly yes, they are mostly the same figure underneath, but they often have unique features, and this guy is just like that. He's got his all-new sculpt for his loincloth area, so that's really cool. And the cool thing about this guy is his armor is almost black. It's very much darker than most of the other Predators, so that's pretty cool. And on top of this unique sculpt, they've also added these red details throughout, which just look fantastic. It makes him look like a super badass Predator, which they already are, so he's even more of a badass. His chest armor has some unique sculpt also, and more of that red paint throughout. His little bands on his arms are all new, so that's pretty cool. On the back, there's not a whole lot to look at, but you can see a little bit more uniqueness over here, and then this is continued throughout. That's pretty cool looking. He's got the red details on his little sword holder, and obviously his sword's in there. We'll get to accessories in a minute. And he has dual blades. So each hand has the dual blades, which, you know, we've seen some dual blades before, but I think his are even better, and we'll get to why. But then the really cool part about this guy, and I thought I was going to hate it, but I really like this helmet with the Xenomorph logo, the Xenomorph type face on there. That looks really cool. The little bit of red accent in there looks very nice. And then his dreads only have silver on them, which makes him look even more cool. He's almost like a special ops Predator, and he just looks awesome. I did not think I was going to like it, but I love it. Okay, so for accessories, we don't have a ton. We just have his shuriken, which has red paint on it, and I'm pretty sure it's normally like an orange color, so that's pretty cool. And then we have two gripping hands, which they're really only going to be for the shuriken, so I'm never going to bother using them because I like the two fist hands that come on him in the package up against his dual blades. We do have the backpack, which I don't know if it's technically an accessory since you probably want it on there all the time. It does have the standard blaster with the hinges and the sliding mechanism, so you're covered there. I have had some trouble keeping his backpack on. I'm not sure what's up with it. Maybe since the armor is a new mold, the keys don't fit quite right, but it will stay on, and I would even go as far as to glue it, but that's totally up to you. Alright, so now let's talk about these blades, because these blades have the feature that I absolutely love on all of my Predators. They extend. So not only does he have dual blades, but he has the extending blades. And if you guys know me, you know I absolutely love that, and he has them. So that helped me to like this guy a whole bunch. I wasn't expecting that. I thought they were just going to be in there, and they weren't. I should have known better because they come on him in the package, and generally when that happens, they're the extending kind, but I'm a doofus. We do have his opening little thingy here. Somebody tell me what it's called officially, okay? Is it just a control pad? Is it a detonator? I know you can blow up with it, but somebody tell me what that thing's called so I can stop calling it a thingy. But he does have the little paintwork in there to give him the little thingies, more thingies. Those are actually like words, I guess, in however you pronounce Yautja, whatever. You guys know I'm not the biggest Xenomorph alien Predator knowledge base, but I do like the figures a whole bunch. So we're going to look at them. Articulation for the head. It's mostly just a swivel. Yes, you can look up and down a little bit because there is technically a ball peg, but it's mostly a swivel. He has his little floating necklace in there, so that'll move around as you want it to. The dreads are all the same as always. He has these little tubers, which you can just tuck into his hair, so that's all good. Shoulder articulation is nice. Oh, by the way, he's got this really cool shoulder pad up here, which that's all new also. So he's got a standard ball hinge shoulder, which has pretty good range. Not quite horizontal, and maybe you could force it, but it's not bad. It's okay. You can rotate his arm all the way around. This is a soft piece, so it really won't get in the way too much. That's okay, I think. You have your bicep swivel there, so that's pretty much standard. Double jointed elbow works really nicely, so that's all good. You have your swivel at your forearm, and then of course you have your ball peg for your wrists. One thing I want to point out, all of these AVP Predators, their hands are all interchangeable. They're all painted generally the same, and they all have the same ball pegs, so the fact that he comes with dual gripping hands that you may not need, you can go ahead and throw those on another figure, and then you will be set if that guy needed gripping hands. So this guy does have slightly different range over here, just because, well, on his left side, it's the exact same articulation. He doesn't have any shoulder pad or anything getting in the way, so it's fine. He's got no problem being posed at all. One thing I noticed about this guy is that normally the Predators take a little bit of hairdryer action to warm up the torso. This guy has really good range right out of the package. Maybe I could get better out of it if I wanted to warm it up, but it works really nicely. So his diaphragm joint is really good. I like that. And then his lower torso has that ball peg also. A little bit of play forward and back and side to side, but mostly, dang cat hairs, mostly just a swivel. For the hips, standard hips that we've seen a billion times, they do go all the way forward, but this is kind of stiff right here, so it's going to block it a little bit. Same thing going out to the side. He is a little bit more limited with this new sculpt for his loincloth thing, but I think it'll be enough. I mean, it is a Predator. He's not supposed to be posing like Spider-Man. You have your thigh swivel in there, so that's fine. Hips are still a little bit loose going front to back. They still haven't worked out that kink. I hope they do it. Double jointed knees work really nicely, surprisingly good range. You do have that rotation still in the upper knee if you want it. I don't really see a need for it, but it's there if you want it. And then we have our ball peg ankles, which he does have new armor for his lower legs. So let's see how the range is for the ankle. It's not bad. It's definitely not the best, but it's not the worst. It's okay. I do hope they work away from that ball peg eventually. I don't think they're going to anytime soon, but it would be nice. So ultimately, yes, it does have a lot of the same parts, but it does have a lot of new parts, and it's a really solid figure. So I definitely recommend it. He should be in stock at Big Bad Toy Store, so check out the link in the description below and get yourself one because you're gonna like it. It's a really, really cool figure. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, video games, movies, TV shows, all kinds of fun stuff, so make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss any of that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and in the meantime, keep collecting.